Hello everybody, marhaban jami'an. This lesson is a continuation from last week's lesson, and it is also about long vowels. In our last lesson, which wasn't really last week, it was just a few days ago, I talked about the long A in Arabic, and I went over these exercises with you. So today I'm gonna continue with the next vowel in Arabic. But before I do, I wanted to reiterate on something here and go over the long A before I move on to the other long vowel in Arabic. So here's a summary of all the vowels that we have in Arabic. But I'm gonna start with this one, the alif, which was last time's lesson, and just wanted to explain it here in a more clear manner for you. Alif is one of our long vowels. In Arabic, it's also our first letter of the alphabet. But here's the thing, when there's no hamza over it, and when it just looks like a straight line or a line with a little dash right here, that's the ah sound. It's pronounced ah. So when you see it in a word in the middle of the word, you are going to go ah, as if there's two A's in that word. This tiny dash here, it means that the alif is connected to a letter in front of it. However, it can never ever be connected to anything that comes to its left. Only the letters that comes in front of it on the right, as you probably know by now. So here's an example. This word here, this is dal, this is letter D, and this is letter R. So, do you see an alif in the middle? Yep, it's this line right here, the red one. So how would we read this? We're gonna say, since this is a D and this is an R, we're gonna assume there's two A's right here in the middle. So it's going to be read as dar, dar. So this is dar, dar, it means house, dar, with an alif in the middle. So this is your long A vowel right here. And it's not attached. It's just standing on its own. And that's because the dal does not connect to any letters that come after it either. So once you learn the dal and the ra, you'll see what I mean. But for now, you'll see that it's standing on its own. It's not connected to the letter in front of it. And of course, it's not connected to the letter after it. It will never ever be connected to the letter that comes right after it, which is the ra in this word. So this is dar. And I'll give you one more example. And this word right here. Do you see an alif in the middle? Yep. Here's your alif right here in red. So here are the letters that come in front of it. This is a kaf, which is like a K sound. And this is ta, which is like a T. And this is ba, the ba sound. So there's an alif right in the middle. So we're going to assume that it's the double A, which is the ah sound. So this is how we read it. Kitab. Kitab, like the double A, the alif, the ah sound. Kitab. All right. I'm gonna continue with the second vowel right now. Just wanted to say though that for the al, if you still don't get it, you can look at my other video where I went over every single exercise in this book about the alif. So feel free to watch the other video to practice and look at more words that have the alif in it, which is the long A when it's in the middle of the word. I'm going to move on to our second vowel. We only have 3 vowels in Arabic, really, just 3. And I'm going to teach you the long vowels now. Eventually, you're going to learn the short vowels. So here's the second vowel for you. The long vowel. It's this one right here. This is one of our alphabet in Arabic, and it's the 27th alphabet. It's the one that's second to last because we have 28 letters in our alphabet. So this is the 27th letter. And this is our W. It's pronounced wow, wow, like wow, wow. So wow is a letter, and it's also used as a long vowel. It could be used at both, and you're going to see how. These two are the exact same, but here there's a little dash coming in front of it. That means that this wow is connected to a letter in front of it on this side, on its right side. Okay, so here is what it will sound like when it's used as a vowel. It's going to sound like there's double O's in the middle, like ooh sound, like the moon, M-O-O-N, moon. So this is the letter we use to say ooh, the ooh sound. All right, let me give you an example before we move on to the book. Here's a word for you. Do you see the wow? There's a wow, and it's connected to the letter that's right in front of it. It's attached to it. However, it's not connected to the letter that comes to its left or right after it. And that's because the wow, just like the alif, do not touch and are not connected to the letters that come to their left. Any letter that comes right after it, you're going to see a space between them. They're not going to be connected. Even though most of our alphabets are connected, the waw and the alif do not touch the letter that come right after them. There's a space. There's a space right here, not touching this letter. So there's a space. Anyway, so this is the lam, this is L. And this letter right in front of the waw is a ma. It's harf al-mim, and this is harf al-nun. So this is N and this is M. And we've got the waw in the middle. So this is how we read it. Lay, moon, moon. That would be the long vowel for the O, like a long O. Laymoon. If I cover this part, the lay part, can't do it. I was gonna just show you what a moon looks like in English. So basically, M-O-O-N, mim, waw, noon is moon. So the double O sound. Here's the thing though. The waw is used as a double O, like a long vowel, and sometimes it comes as a regular W, pronounced as a wah sound. And you'll see that in a little bit when we get there. All right. Second example is this word, kharoof, which means sheep. By the way, laymoon means lemon, the lemon that we eat. Kharoof is sheep, and we've got the waw right here in the middle. Right in front of it, there's harf al-ra, letter R, and after it is letter F. So we've got the waw in the middle. this is how we read it. We're going to assume, we're not going to assume, it is the long O. So it goes kharoof, kharoof, kharoof. So this O sound is because of the waw right here. Kharoof, laymoon. And the waw is not attached to the letter in front of it. That's because the ra never attaches to anything that comes after it. So we have a space right here in between them. Unlike this one here, this one is attached to the meme. And again, of course, we have a space between the waw and the letter after it. Got a space because the waw does not attach to any letters that come right after it. Finally, here's a case where the waw is not used as a long vowel. Here it's used as a W. Here's the giveaway though. There's this tiny dash or accent mark on top of it. Looks like that. It's called fatha. That's our short A vowel, but I'm not going to teach you that right now. So anyways, that short A vowel tells us that this waw is used as a W sound here, not as a oo sound. So when you read this word, it's going to sound like this. Walad. Walad. The second letter is a L, lam, and this is dal, the D. So walad means boy or child. Walad. Good? Now that I went over it real quick, I'm going to go over it with a lot more details, and that's in our book. Open your book to page صفحة 8, page 8. We're on page 8 right now, and this is about حرف الواو, which we just did. So let's go over every exercise in details. Okay, top part is pictures. I'm going to read each one, and you're going to clap if you hear an ooh sound. All right? Starting with the clouds. Oh, they need you to shade in the circle underneath the picture if you hear an ooh sound. So, ألون الدائرة أسفل الكلمة التي تحتوي صوت الحرف. Okay, starting with clouds. غيوم, غيوم. موزة, موزة. Oh, and not just the oo sound. If you hear the W sound, like the wow sound, remember it has two pronunciations. It's either an oo or it could be just the wa sound, like the W, regular W. So either or. When you hear the wow, either woo or a wa, shade it in. So غيوم, موزة, موزة, and عصفور, عصفور, the bird, عصفور, and then بيت, بيت, بيت. Move into the sheep. خروف, خروف. Now this picture is referring to the blackboard that the teacher is using. And blackboard in Arabic is لوح, لوح. So it says لوح. And then ليمون, ليمون. The boy is walad, walad. And finally, the olives are zaytun, zaytun. So here's where you should have clapped. You should have not clapped. Oh, sorry. They don't need you to clap. I don't know why I said that. If you did, that's fine. They just want you to shade in the circles. So you should have shaded in the ghuyum because there's an oo sound in it. That means there's a wow in that word. The mauza, the banana, mauza. Also because mawa, wa, wa. There is a wa sound in it. Asfur, oor, asfur, a bird. Bait, there's no wow. Bait, there's a ya sound instead of the wow. So that one doesn't count. Kharoof, kharoof. Lawh, lawh. That means there's a W in there. Lawh. So, yep, shade it in. And laymoon. Laymoon. There's a oo sound. Shade. Walad. Walad. Obviously, there's a W in there. Walad. Walad. Shade that in. And finally, the olives. Zaytun. Zaytun. There's a oon, so there's a wow in that word. So shade that one in. Second part, matching these pictures with the phrases that describe them. So this is wahed, which is number 1, and it starts with wa, the wow, which is W. Warda. Warda. What does it start with? Start with the wow, because it's warda, like a W sound. And the leaves of the olive tree are the one leaf is waraka, so it starts with the wow also. All right, description of each one. You probably do not know how to read this yet. That's okay. I'll just read it and translate it for you. First one. رائحتي جميلة ألواني عديدة أزهر في فصل الربيع. It means my scent is beautiful. I am very colorful. And I blossom in the spring. Second one. لوني أخضر. لوني أخضر. My color is green. وأغطي أغصان الشجر. And I cover the branches of a tree. Last one. أنا رقم في الرياضيات. I am a number in math. أكون ممدودا وطويلا. I am straight and tall. Did you match that? Did you match them with the pictures? So last one is obviously واحد. The middle one is talking about the waraka, the leaf. And the top one is warda. See how we write warda? Starts with a W or a wow. So that's warda. Moving on. This part here. It says أسمع الكلمات. I hear the words. ثم أرفع يدي اليمنى عند سماع صوتي واو في الكلمة. Then I raise my right arm when I hear the wow sound in the word. You can raise your right arm I'm not gonna see you if you do, but you can. Every time you hear the wow sound. Alright, this part. First one. Waladun, waladun. Kitabun, kitabun. Means book. Mibratun, mibratun. Sharpener, pencil sharpener. Wahidun, wahidun. Means an only or one. Lonely. Khawkhun, khawkhun. That's nectarine, the fruit. Qalamun, qalamun, a pen. Saffun, saffun is a class, like classroom. Fulun, fulun. Fool is fava beans, and we eat that a lot. It's really good for you. Sadiqun, sadiqun means a friend. Wahidun, wahidun, that means one. So where did you hear all the wow sounds? Let's see. Did you hear the wow sound in waladun? Waladun? Kitabun? Mibratun? There's no wow in there. Wahidun? Wahidun. See the wow? It's actually the first letter. Sounds like a wa. Wahidun. Khawkhun. Do you hear a wow in the middle? Khaw. Wah. Khun. Khawkhun. Yep. There's a wow right there. Qalamun. Qalamun. Saffun. Fulun. You heard the ooh sound? There's a wow in the middle, and here it acts as a long vowel or long O. Ooh, fulun, fulun. Sadiqun. There's no wow. Wahidun. Yep, sounds like a W. Wow. Wahidun. Wahidun. Moving on. أختار الشكل المناسب لحرف واو وأكتبه في الفراغ. Okay, this is a fill in the blank section. And what do they need you to fill? You're going to fill in the wow in every one of these words. I'll let you do it for a few minutes so you can pause the video. And then when you replay it, you're going to see the answers for this part. But first, let me tell you what they sound like. The first one, paper. Leaves on the trees are waraka, and paper is also waraka, one paper. Awraq is plural, many papers. So waraka, mauza, a banana. Tawila, table. Waladun, boom, boomun, an owl, boom. Wardatun, flower. Asfurun, bird. So go ahead and pause it as I fill in the blanks with you. Okay. Ready to see the answers? Check your answers and hopefully you got everything right, because this is easy. Just fill in the blanks with a wow. Starting with the waraka paper. Where's the wow in the beginning? Is it attached to the letter after it? No. That's waraka. Second one, mauzaton. Where's the wow? It's the second letter. Is it attached to the letter before it? Yes. Is it attached to the letter after it? No. We've got a space right here. But make sure it touches or it's attached to the meme, the M. Mauzaton. Tawilaton. Now watch this. Ta has the alif right here. Ta. Does the alif attach to the letter that comes right after it? Nope. That's why the waw stands alone. The waw is not attached to the alif before it. And of course, it's not attached to the letter that comes after it. And we already knew that. There's a space between them. Waladon, waladon. This is a waw. Starts at the beginning of the word. And also standing all alone because the letter after it is not going to touch it. We've got a space between them. So here's the top part. Waladon, tawilaton, mauzaton, and warakaton. Bottom section. Boom on the owl. The waw is attached to the ba, and that's because the ba touches or connects or is attached to the letter after it. So boo, that's connected. Space and then the mun, boom one. Wardaton. The waw stands by itself, right there. Attached to nothing, touching nothing. Wardatun and osfuron. Osfuron. Here's the waw, and here it sounds like ooh, osfu. So it's a long O, and it's attached to the letter right before it, the fa, osfuron. But of course, there's a space after it because it's not going to be attached to the letter that comes right after it. Mumtaz. So far, we're doing great. And we've got 2 more pages to go for this lesson. So turn the page to Safha 10, page 10. And here, this is a revision of those 3 letters that we've learned so far. The alif, the waw, and alif maksura. So again, I need you to fill in the blanks with any of these letters depending on which one belongs where. So you can't just put them anywhere you want to. Depends on the word, of course. You might not know how to say all these letters or those words. So I'm just going to, before we write the answers, let me tell you what they are. Or you know what? I need you to try to, oh, it might be hard. Okay, I'll just tell you what they are. And if you know it, if you already know it, then perfect. Then you're good. But some of you might not know what those words are, so I'm going to help you by just saying them now, and then you fill in the blanks. So first one is paper, waraqatun, kitab, kubun, kubun, cup, Layla, Layla, girl's name, دار, a house. دار. And شباك, window. شباك, window. باب, door. خروف, sheep. Rami, that's the boy's name. Rami. So go ahead and pause and try to do it. And I'm going to do the same, but I'm not going to pause it. Okay. How was it? Easy? Let's see what you did. I'm going to give you the answers, so check your work, please. ورقة has a waw. That's the first letter. Not attached to anything, standing on its own. كتاب. Obviously, it's an alif. كتاب. That's an alif. And it's the alif that's attached to the letter before it. As you can see, I made it touch the ta. Kitabun. Kubun. Kubun. Ooh, there's a waw right here. And it's attached only to the letter before it. And then there's space, and then there's the ba. Kubun. Layla. Layla. Alif maksura. Attached. To the lam, to the L right before it, it's attached. Darun, completely on its own, the alif. Darun, so it's a double A or the alif, and not touching any letters. Last one, shubak. Shabakon, the alif, shabakon, there's an alif right here attached to the ba, because the ba is usually attached to the letter that comes after it. And again, you have a space after the alif, so not touching the letter that comes to its left hand side. Babon. Babon. What letter do you think? Alif. Because it's the ah sound. Babon. So, is it attached? To what? To the letter before it. To the letter on its right hand side, but not to the letter that's on its left hand side. So there's a space after the alif. And then there's the final letter, the ba. Babun. Kharufun. Again, the waw is on its own, not touching any letters. Right on its own. Kharufun. So, ooh sounds with shiz, the waw. And Rami. Alif. Rami. It's like there's two A's right there. Alif, is it attached? Nope. Standing right by itself. جيد جدا. Very good if you've done it right. ممتاز. Let's finish up with the final exercise for this lesson. Exercise 6. Number 6. أرسم دائرة حول الكلمات التي تحتوي مقطع و. Alright, this time we need to draw a circle around the words that have the waw and the alif. Waw and alif together, what do you think that's gonna sound like? It's going to be like W and AA. So, wa, W-A-A, wa, wa. Because the alif is a sound. And the waw, in this case, it's a W. So, pronounce as a wa, wa. Not an oo sound. Because it's a wa, W, and alif right after it. So, wa. Circle. Which ones have a wa in it? Here's the first one. Wahidun. Yes, circle it. Awladun. There we have a waw, but the alif is not right after it. So it's awladun. Aw. Oh, it's alif and waw. Here the alif is coming in front of it. So awladun. Nope. Wardatun. Wardatun. Is there an alif? It's just the regular waw, which sounds like a W. Wardatun. Wardatun. Finally, wadin. Wadin. Do you hear ah? There's a waw and there's the alif right after it. So wadin, which means valley. See the valley? Circle. So just circle wadin and wahidun. Finally, exercise 7. Number 7. أقرأ ثم أكتب. What are we doing here? We are writing the waw. See, they need you to read it and then write it. So if you can write down the whole words, that's good, even though you haven't really learned the rest of the alphabet yet. So you can do either or. You can either just write the actual waw and underneath the words, because it's in red, so all the red. So walidun. This is walidun, and it means father. Waladun is a son or a child. Walidun is a father. So write the waw. It's by itself and in the beginning. Waqifun. Waqifun. That's the waw and the alif. You can write the waw and the alif because you know the alif. So it'd be wa, wa. Wahidun. Waqifun means standing. Standing. Wahidun. Wahidun. One. Then wahidun. And here, susan. Susan. Sus means cavities in your teeth. Sukon. Sukon is market. And here's waladun, boy. Waladun. Waladun. Do not worry about the little vocalization or the little accent marks over the words. Those we're going to learn at another time. They're pretty easy too. So for now, don't worry about it. Just write the letters and you're good. This is the end of this lesson. I should say ma salama and have a great day. Thank you for tuning in with me. And I shall see you next time. إلى اللقاء. شكرا. مع السلامة.